Okay, so last week you designed a circuit and you did an AC analysis of it, so an AC sweep of it, and I showed you that there's lots of different types of analyses that you can do. It's a little bit beyond the scope of this module, actually, but really it's an introduction to drawing a circuit inside there. Now, the thing about the circuit which is on the screen is it's really what we call virtual. In other words, it exists in the software, but it doesn't exist in the real world. I think that's a statement of the obvious, right? I can't smash the glass and pull it out. But what I mean by virtual is I mean it bears no resemblance to the real world. And the difference that you're going to see over the next hour or so is that we can't just use a virtual component inside something for a PCB, because we actually need to tell it what that component looks like. Now, over here in these trays, what we've got is we've got lots and lots of different size components, and I'd like you to come out and look at some of these. But what we end up with, I mean, here's just an example just laying on the top here. So there's a resistor. That's quite a big resistor. Probably half a watt, that one. And there's another resistor, and it's tiny. So you can see they come in different shapes and sizes. If we go to capacitors, well, inside the capacitor drawers, and again I invite you to come out and look at some of these. So here's one capacitor, and let's find a whopper, none in the whopper drawer, and here's another capacitor. So if I say to multi-board or multi-sim, I want to make a printed circuit board and I want to put a capacitor there, which one? The little one? The big one? That's where your knowledge comes in. So when you put something like this onto a printed circuit board, and you've already said the last time that we're going to start off with through-hole technology, which is like that. I'm not nicking your thunder, by the way, Mike, you've still got your talk about PCBs later. And there's a copper layer on the bottom, and we'll just assume we're using a single layer this time. And the leg, let's search for a resistor in here, the leg of your component comes down through some holes and solder underneath here like that, okay? And if you look at what PCB looks like, well, it could look like anything, but you can imagine a pad there, and another pad here, and your resistor will sort of sit across those pads, okay? But we need to know what, and this is the magic word, don't forget this one, footprint. We need to know what the footprint of the component is. Now clearly the footprint of this component is not the same as this component, and clearly the footprint of this component is not the same as the resistor. It's not the same as a transistor. It's not the same as a 8-legged integrated circuit. They've all got different footprints. And that's the magic of when you export to a printed circuit board. You take the circuit diagram, but you've got to specify what the footprint is. And that's not trivial. Okay, that takes a lot of thought and processing and searching inside the databases which are there.